How was your weekend? You didn't tell me about that.
Yeah, my weekend was fine. A bit of reading here and there, trying to catch up with, because I got the detail of the budget, 300 and I believe 39 or 35 pages.
It's very long.
So I got into the appendixes to get some of the things that apparently the minority and some of the connoisseurs or those who were watching the economy had been talking about. So you got into detail what the reality was by way of the expenditure and what we were told on Thursday. So we'll see how it goes with the discussions, because it's still trending.
It is.
A number of my friends had some experiences with one or two of the investment companies. They had wanted to go and liquidate, if not stop their investments.
And they've lost their interest and principal.
At least I knew two of them who decided that no matter the losses, they were going to lose their interest.
Wow.
And they were also going to, were ready to have a haircut for their principals. And that's what they call the market value. But it's also because the Securities and Exchange Commission had issued a statement, and all of them were going on that. When you go on social media, there's particularly a firm that is being at the center of the criticism.
Right.
And I just don't want to mention the name. So it's been trending.
Yeah.
But it's all because if you listen to the finance ministry, the deputy finance minister, particularly John Kuma, did give an explanation that even for those who are external bond holders, that's with government securities, and then those who are local, next year you're not going to get anything by way of interest, but your investment initial principal is going to be intact, but they'll try and pay some percentage, 1 or 2 or 0.5 the next year. That will be in 2024, and then by 2025 they'll try to bring you to some equity or something.
I listened to that as well. But questioning...
On Thursday, it wasn't clear, even though for many of us who were in Parliament, it was clear to us. But when you pose a question, because it was still a very fluid situation, you know, issues of economics and finance are not things that many of us tend to understand. But if you understand some of the basic and you follow what the market numbers and how the market has been moving, you should know that, I mean, when they tell you that there's not going to be a haircut, etc., that's a haircut. But it's got great implications for those who thought that the Ghana economy was so stable, and so they wanted to put either their tens of Ghana cedis or hundreds of thousands of Ghana cedis or millions of Ghana cedis, which I know some big people around Ghana who always do that by way of their style of investment are going to lose a lot. It gives you a bigger picture about the difficulties that we're going to face and what the line of communication is. I think the line of communication is should be Cookie, you're a Ghanaian, I'm a Ghanaian. And so Roland and Cookie, be ready. You're not going to get out of this difficulty
in about 2-3 years.
In 3 years.
Let me know.
Let's not say 2-3 years. In 3 years.
Let me know. Be specific about it.
And the third year, Krano, is when you're going to balance. Exactly. Like when you're in a plane and there's turbulence. So that's when you're going to...
Or maybe in business terms, what they will say, you're breaking even. It's not like you're making profits or anything.
Very good. You're a businesswoman.
You're just breaking even.
We'll partner and do some supplies.
We should. And so, but one of the things on my mind also that confuses me is all these suggestions and policies, or whatever you want to call it, is pitched against year 2025 and year 2028. But we do know that there is an impending election in 2024. So what if power changes hands? What would happen? This whole haircut thing that the Deputy Minister of Finance, John Kuma, is talking about. What if power changes hands in or let's say January 2025? What's going to happen? What would the situation be like? Okay,
so we intend going to the IMF. So the good thing about going to the IMF is that you tend to agree based on your own conditions or perhaps a program of action that you've put together. And they are going to...
In the bank, we will say conditions precedent to draw down. That's how we call it.
Okay. So when you do that, then you agree with the IMF and get what they call the staff level agreement.
Right.
When you get a staff level agreement, then let's say it's just by way of protocol or formality, then you get an agreement with the board of the IMF itself.
All right. So it means
we haven't gotten the staff level agreement yet, but we're close to getting the staff level agreement.
So meaning, even though power changes hands, it is what it is on paper.
Yes.
So
for example, when we had the IMF agreement, it transitioned into 2017, and so the NPP government led by Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, with the economic team being managed by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, continued with that agreement until the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, currently, who doesn't have the support of his entire caucus, including the minority as well, decided that by 2019 we were okay. So we wanted to get out of the IMF agreement. Now, the IMF agreement enables you to stay within certain conditions and agreements with the IMF. So you don't have to overspend in relation to your GDP.
Right.
You also have to keep your expenditure within a certain pattern. And then it also allows you, by way of when you want to go into the market to either float bonds, etc., to keep within a certain limits. And the IMF, if you look at their history, have always been very strong on making sure you don't tend to spend on a lot of welfare packages.
Right.
So you do the investments, but you stay within those remits. And as a result of that, you're able to manage your expenditure. And that's why, if you see, their phrase since Thursday has been that we're going to be austere. If you look at the John Evans Atamil's administration, at least from 2009 to about 2014, 2015, we're very austere. Okay, we're very, about 2014, we're very austere. We wanted to make sure that we didn't overspend, etc. So, so we're trying to stay within limits. It's just like managing your budget at home, so that you know that you used to be rich, but now you're no more rich.
Exactly.
So you have to
have to manage.
Yes, tell your family that I have to be in a certain tight belt. If you used to go to the mall, now we'll be going to Malamata market instead of going to the mall and all that. So it's the same thing.
It's just to conscientize them and tell them the truth.
Yes.
So they know exactly what they're dealing with.
Yes. And I think that the truth is, even though we're told that it's 2.5 that has been added to the value-added tax, we have the NHI levy, then we have other tax components as well. And we have to be told the truth.
Too many of them.
That is, because now we're crossing the threshold of a direct tax of over 20%.
Yeah, which is not acceptable. Anyway, it is TV3 New Day.